we going to get into today? Well, today is distilling day for our grocery store bourbon. It did work off a little bit slow. I think it took almost 2 weeks and finally went down to 1.000. So it just acted a little bit slow. Normally, about a week they're done, but I gave this one an extra week, but it did finally finish up. So today is distilling day, so we're going to set our still up and we're going to distill that out. And then once we're all done, I'm going to do a little experiment, but we'll get to that. Okay, so let me get things going. Let me get the still pot in there. Let me siphon everything over, and we're going to get ready to run this puppy. All right. Hey, let me back up. First things first, though, right? Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is the channel all about home distillation and brewing. All right, now let's get started. So now the fun part, it's time to stack out the still. We've already degassed. This is what's going on here? There we go. Just remember all your clamps on your still, they're hand tight, not plier tight, not wrench tight. They're hand tight, because you can over smash all your gaskets. So hand tight is well enough. If that don't seal something else, you got a problem anyway. All right, so grab me a handful of gaskets. Some clamps. All right. Let me get this stacked. My still up right here in the sight glaze. You start seeing a little bit of fog, but it's not nowhere getting hot. I mean, I can feel the column. It's cool. The pot temperature, it's only about 110 degrees, so we got a little while to warm up. So it'll take a little bit before it starts coming up the column. But you best keep an eye on it, because I've said a million times, once that temperature starts to rise, it's going to rise fast, and you got to be ready to kill the heat. Talking about heat, what I like to do is I like to bring up the temperature in the pot. And this is really the only time you pay attention to the temperature gauge in the pot. I like to bring it up slow so the liquid starts moving around and moving around, and then start increasing the temperature, the energy that you're putting into the pot. Because once that fluid's moving, it's less likely to stick to the heating element or the bottom and scorch. And that's why you do that. So you'll notice I'll start bringing the temperature up. And then once you see your head temperature come up, the temperature gauge in the pot is you just don't use it, and then you just go by the head temperature. Me myself, I like to distill by the drip. That's just two indicators of what's going to happen for me. Once it starts producing, I regulate the energy going into the pot by that drip. That's just the way I do it. Everybody does it a little bit different. And that's kind of why I like the SCR switch versus the PID. To each your own, right? But it's nowhere coming up yet. But you'll start to see this in a fog first, and then you're going to see the sight glass. It will start actually doing some passive reflux where you'll see it coming down. I do have 2 rolls of copper in the bottom, in the column in the bottom. So, all right, so we'll be here for a little while yet. But once that pot down there gets about 180 some degrees, you'll see it'll start coming up. All right, so we'll be back in a little while. Pot temperature is right around 160 degrees. And what am I starting to see? Well, I'm just seeing 1 or 2 drips, right? Very pungent, very foul smelling, fingernail polish, whatever you want to call it. I'm starting to see a little bit more condensation in the sight glass. I feel the column, it's not, maybe a little warm towards the bottom, but I don't think it's coming up yet. So it's getting ready to start happening. My head temperature, I mean, it's like 90 degrees. So it ain't really coming up yet. So we got a little while to wait, but not too far. So hang around. Now's not the time to go get a coffee, because once it starts to rise, it's going to rise in a heartbeat. Actually starting to come up now. I feel it in the column. What are we down here? We're right around 170. About 175 is when alcohol starts to boil. I'm seeing, yeah, so I'm starting to feel it's coming. So get ready to, head temperatures have went up a couple degrees, but it's getting ready to come up. Now is, so I'll be getting ready to kill the heat. What I'll do is I'll kill the heat on the gas. This is the most exciting part, ain't it? Yes, it's nice and hot on the bottom of the column. It's coming up. $175. It's right on cue. This is textbook so far. All right. Just 1 or 2 drips. You do have the water on your condenser on. Getting a little more condensation in the sight glass. All right. So we're getting ready to start happening. You got some vapors coming up because I see it condensing, passive condensing up here and then coming back down till this column. Ooh, yep, it's coming. All right, we'll be back. I hope you can see I got a lot of passive reflux coming down. Hope you can see it. I got a lot of passive reflux coming down. It's coming up. The head temperature is shot up. Whoop. Got a little bit too much coming out. I killed all heat for a second till it calms down a little bit. The condenser's a little warm, so I turned the water up on that too. Before I killed the temperature on my gas on underneath the pot, so strictly going by electric. Touching is thing. My condenser was a little bit hot, so I turned the water up, the cooling water up, to help cool that down a little bit. If I touch the end of my condenser here, on the low side, it should be nice and cool. It, of course, up here, it's going to be nice and hot. And then this is a cooling pipe. It's nice and cold. Okay, so I turned the electric energy down just a little bit until she calms down a little bit, and then I'll get the drip that I want. All right, so if you smell it, I mean, it's, that it's solvent, the fingernail polish smell, right? And sometimes it even will feel a little bit oily. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect off about 8 ounces, right around there. But she's starting to do a nice drip in it, and just a pencil lead stream. So I'm happy with that. Okay. We have at 8 ounces. And smelling good. Tastes pretty good. I'm gonna just go 1 or 2, about another ounce, and then I'm gonna be really happy and content. This is where the art of distilling coming in, is when you start making your cuts and keeping what you like and what you don't. But basically it boils down to taste and smell. I mean, it smells good and it tastes good. But another ounce ain't gonna kill me. And don't be too stingy, too greedy. Nice little is production, and like I said, I like to run my still by that, by what the outtake is. I like a little steady stream. All right, I'm gonna start my first collection jar. All right, so what I like to do is I like to use a couple pint jars to start off. And a lot of times I use both of them, but just in case I miss something, I got that first pint that I can. All right, I'm at 2.5 quarts. And what do we got coming on? Coming out of the spout right this second is 120 is 65 ABV, 65 ABV. All right, so we got probably another quart or so. 65, yeah. So what we'll stop is about 40 ABV is when we're going to stop. Oh, smells good. Tastes good. All right, so let's collect some more. Okay, I think this run's about done. I don't know if you can see that. It's starting to get a little cloudy, so I'm not going to use that. But I got 3 great looking quarts here, and they all smell fantastic. So I'm gonna let this run a little while we're doing some other things because hey, it's good alcohol in there. I'll put them in a faints jar, okay? So let's get, and then I'm gonna show you what I am going to do. I'm gonna be doing something a little different today. But first what I need is to put all my cuts in my mixing jar. All right, so let me see what I ended up with. And it's looking like it's over 70 ABV, so I need to cut that down a little bit. Oops, dropped a bottle of water. So I know I at least need one jar or one bottle of water. Missed. All right, let's try it again. I'll probably need another one. That is 120. Well, let's say 60. A little higher than 65 ABV. So one more bottle, I think it's going to do it. If I leave it a little bit high, that's going to be fine for me. Okay. Yep, I need some more water in there. That's 100, that's 110. This one ain't. Made it that time. Okay, so that is 45 ABV, just a little higher, 45 ABV. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there. All right, so let me get some jars and I'll be. So what I'm gonna do is I want to kind of do a little bit of experiment. All right, I have some wood maturation blocks that I've made. It's white oak. Right? But the difference between them is there's 4 different ones. This one was toasted for 20 minutes at 400 degrees, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, and 80 minutes. Okay? They all have been charred on 2 sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a jar. We're going to fill it up full of our spirits, and we'll just kind of keep an eye on. Let's see what happens. So let me keep these in orders, and then I'll label the things. So let me put a block in each one. Okay. All right, let's fill each one up with our spirits without me spilling it, hopefully. Not too much anyway. I spilled a little bit, that's okay. All right. Let me get a lid on these before I spill them. Because, does anybody know I'm good at spilling things? Come on. Something wrong with this one. There we go. Okay. Let me put some labels on them before I get them mixed up. I already wrote the labels. So this one was the 20-minute. $40. $60. And $80. Now, I'll just write the dates on that, and then we'll go from there. Okay? I just wanted to give this a taste. That is good stuff. All right. Hey. Just as a recap, this is our Grocery Store Bourbon. The White Dog, the taste is fantastic. What we are doing is a little experiment with it's all the same wood, it's all white oak, and like I said before, this one was toasted at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. This one was the 400 degrees at 40 minutes, 400 degrees at 60 minutes, and this one was 80 minutes at 400 degrees, all the same. Okay, they were charred on two sides of the blocks. I can start to see a change in color already, a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to get it updated them and put all the information on the sticker. And we're going to see what happens. I'd be willing to bet it's going to be pretty darn fantastic. It's a block I've been playing with. So, I will come back at a later date and let you know how they're working out, okay? So I guess the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think the taste is going to be there too.